Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another instalment of the Wednesday Cup. My name is Chris Munro. We are here live on Sensational TV here on a Wednesday night. It's good to have you all along with us for the ride. Still waiting for the server just to fill up. We've only got 20 odd in the server at the moment, but I'm sure that will tighten up and get a bit more full as the night goes on. How's everyone's week been so far? Mine's been all right. Get involved in the chat tonight. My co-commentator Zach O'Reilly is is still off in the land of Bali, living the life of luxury, and as I say always, it's tough at the top. But here we are, doing the hard yards here in the Sensational Combox. We're around tonight for a round we're at Mid-Ohio. The Wednesday Cup's round 3. I've just realised I've forgotten to do something, so I'll fix that up in the break. But hopefully all the drivers can get in. We're running a new version of Real Penalty tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So hopefully all the drivers can get in into the server. In the meantime, we're going to bring up the driver standings as of last week. Fabian Fitness again with a clear lead. Thank you, mate. My young son Freddie just being featured on the stream there. Thank you very much, boyo. Fabian Fitness on top with 356 points, 332 following is Nick Mello. Matthias Falzam with a pretty good showing last week on 311, with Cohen Tam not far behind him on a 309. 295 is Lockie Grant, so it's pretty tight there between those four. Pink Adams not far behind as well, with Jason McFadden, Jake Buttigieg, should I say, Nick Mole, and Ollie Longley has cracked into the top 10. This will be the first time in quite some time. But the man from New Zealand has made his way up there in the top 10. So good to see him. Hopefully he can continue the trend and not get pegged as he usually does. He's a big fan of that. But it's also 7:30 p.m, so we won't go into that too much. We're up to tonight. It is Mid-Ohio, ladies and gentlemen. We've had Vallelunga for round 1, Manicourt last week, run and won, done and dusted. We were supposed to have an oval circuit this week, but I had a few mod issues, so we had to push that back. So it'll be Goodwood again next week until we figure out how we're going to get this, how we are going to get this oval circuit sorted out and on the server. But that is scheduled for round 5 as it stands. August 28th will be the final round of the Wednesday Cup this season 13, at Atlanta Motorsport Park, and we are looking forward to that. Don't you worry about that. We are here again in the 2020 Renault Clio RS, the car that we will be driving all season. Here it is, 200 brake horsepower with 310 newton meters of torque, just over a tonne's worth of little French vehicle there. Top speed around 220. Fabian Fitness is in the chat and he's excited. Let's go, he says. See how many victories he can claim tonight. Maybe he'll go for another clean sweep. He's got the luxury of Nick Mello and Mr. McEwen, if he's going to make it into the server, starting at the back, because they like the challenge and they like fighting their way through the rubbish, which hopefully there will be less of this week. The drivers have been warned by the stewards this week. The steward actually had to crack his whip to keep these drivers from doing any silly business and just making it a bit of a crash fest down the back. Hopefully they've listened to his calls and abide by the rules here at Wednesday Cup. Otherwise, he's been told he's got the liberty to get the old boot out. We'll find out. Hopefully no one gets the boot tonight, but, that's up to them. Tonight it is we got qualifying coming up soon, just after 17. This time we've got about 4 minutes to go. 4 minutes to go there. Following that will be a 15-minute race, with a 16-minute race afterwards with the top 10 reverse grid. Behind that will be the feature race of the evening, 17-minute affair around this ripping, undulating circuit, and that will be a top 12 reverse grid race. Excuse me. Nathan in the chat as well. Good to have you all on board. Good to see you can all multitask as well, watching the stream and sitting in your sim rigs. That's good. That's what we like to see, a bit of ambidextrousness. That's a multitaskingness from the drivers. We're the best drivers here in the land, here at AK Racing. This is the Wednesday Cup, and if you do enjoy what you see and you want to get involved, the link for AK Racing's Discord is down below here in the description, the video description, should I say? How did that get up there? Excuse me. Also, the Patreon link, if you want to support the channel here at Sensational TV, it's very much appreciated. There's a link for that down there as well. I'll tell you what, we've got a couple of minutes to go until this server shuts down, so we might just get down on track and follow a few cars around and see how they're faring out there on track. We've got Nick Mole here in the Freddo Frog liveried Renault Clio. He's been going good this season. I think it's his third or fourth season now in the Wednesday Cup. And he just improves each time around, which is kind of what you want out of your drivers. You don't want to see him going backwards. But he's certainly one who's making leaps and bounds. He's got a 1:13.99 on a controller, says Rip-Off Stig. That is Jay Reynolds. That's pretty good. I wouldn't advertise the fact you're using a controller, though. Other drivers might not enjoy that. Just as long as you don't get into any trouble on track. It doesn't really... We don't mind if you use a controller, just as long as you use it wisely. Make sure you don't crash into anyone. That's really all it comes down to. Fabian Fitness is topping the time sheets currently. 1:38.0. Scotty McEwen's back in the server. I think we missed out on last week. But he's getting coached by his son Alex. And the ins and outs of sim racing. Using Alex's old gear. Oh, very wide on that turn, but manages to gather it up. Really nicely done there. One of the more senior members of the server at the moment. I think the most senior might be Jimmy Park, but he's just parked himself in the pits. We've got Sarge Illich there. And the number 50, I've got no idea how old Sarge Illich is. But we might find out all these things throughout the season, which will be good to know. Just little informational tidbits there for everyone. He's just pulled it over, stopped on track there. These guys are getting geared up now because free practice is over. So we're going to head back into the studio now because it is time, ladies and gentlemen, 2. Hopefully this has worked out all right. I'm going to have to try and do some stuff on the fly, but it's time to go racing. It is mid-Ohio here in the USA for round 3. 3.6 kilometres of winding track with about 13 turns to boot. 10-minute quali is on its way, with race 1 being 15 minutes, as I said earlier, 16 minutes for race 2, top 10 reverse grid. Race 3 is 17 minutes, top 12 reverse grid. And the fastest man in practice today was Alex McEwen, so he looks like he is out there doing a little bit of practice this week, getting a bit of a head start on his rival, which is Nick Mello. So we're going to see him possibly carving through the track. That's that's pretty quick. Everyone, don't you worry about that. 1:37.7 is certainly one of the times to beat here in the server. But that is the end of free practice, ladies and gentlemen. So these guys are jumping out of the server, and I will as well. And what we're going to do now is just take a quick break, ladies and gents. So it's time to get comfy on the couch, time to fill up your drinks, because we're going to be back in just a few short moments with Quali. We're down on track now, ladies and gents. Just waiting for the 10-minute mark to tick over. So the pit lane will be open and green. Looks like there's looks like one of the cars is out on track at the moment, ladies and gents. Or actually, no, they have made their way back to the pits, probably under the instruction of some of the other drivers there. The pit lane does open at 10 minutes, so that is a 15-second countdown here. Get your predictions in, ladies and gents. Who's going to top the timing tower here in quali? And they're off. That is the green light for qualification now for round 3 of the Wednesday Cup. First man out on track is Fabian Fitness, our championship leader at the moment. And by a bit of a margin. He's been certainly doing the hard work off the track. Well, sorry, between racing meetings, between race weeks. Oh, goodness me. He's been putting in the practice. Because he's certainly quick here in these little Renaults. and it's good to see. He'll be in good stead at Matt Cotter's teammate there in the V8 supercars, so he might just be becoming cherry ripe for that event, which is happening next weekend. But all these cars, only 10 minutes to go in the qualifying session, or only 10 minutes to start with in this qualifying session, so there's really no room for error here. You want to get that first lap under your belt, and it wants to be like a pretty decent banker lap. From there, you can start to turn the screws, you can start to put the pressure on your competitors. But if you make a meal of this first lap, then you're going to be under the pump because you'll come out in traffic. And you know what? Traffic is not conducive to a fast qualifying time. But here we go. We're going to ride on board with Fabian Fitness now as he passes the start-finish line for the first time. Dips it into turn one under the bridge. Keeps it on the correct side of this little sausage curb. Anyone doing the opposite will be booted from the server immediately. Heading up the hill to the first of these braking zones here into turn two, should I say. And it's a 180-degree hairpin turn. Couple of lines you can take. He takes the sort of drifting out to the middle of the track, cuts it back in. A bit of a slingshot double apex approach, which I don't mind at all. Gives you that extra bit of speed down this straight, where you're going to make up a couple of tenths if you get it correct. They count this as turn 4 somehow. It's not really much of a turn, more of a little bend, little kink, whatever you want, into turn 5 now. And this is what I call a little roller coaster section here, because you turn it in, down the hill, then up the hill again, and this sort of crest is at the top of this left-hand turn at turn 7, turn 8 here as well, so you're just sort of holding on around this little section, but he's doing a very nice job of it here, using all that curbing as well on the inside. Here is another good little turn where you just got to be patient. Oh, a little bit of oversteer there for Fabian, but manages to gather it up and uses a bit of the road and a bit of that grass too to keep that car in a straight line. Heading down into the third sector now, only a couple more turns to go. 11, 12 and 13 are the ones. This is a hard little braking zone. As you go over the crest, you lose the front end as it gets a little light under the hands. But he's done a very good job here. This is a fantastic banker lap here from Fabian Fitness. It's going to stop the clock at a 1:38.2. Not too bad, not too bad. I think his fastest in the practice session just before was about a 38 dead, so that's not far off it. Matt Falzon just behind him, 4 tenths to be exact, with a 38.6, and behind him Hayden Cook with a 38.9. But here's, let's have a look who's down here. Mr. Kumar here, Kartik, is in the number 12, and he's got himself into the top 10 so far with the 1:42.6. Only 4 seconds off the pace, which is not too bad, but I think he can improve on that. But I'll tell you what, more lockups like that into turn 2 isn't going to help his cause. He's got that Fredo Frog car right up his ass too, and that's going to put him off, I'm sure. But we'll see what Nick Mole does with this, because you're not allowed to really just bump him out of the way in qualifying. Dead set in the fair income department. 8 minutes to go, says Zach O'Reilly. Will the underground mammal keep P1? It's hard to say. He has been the quickest out there, apart from the boys who are voluntarily not doing qualifying. But he's going to be hard to catch, I'll give you the hot tip. But Kartik is keeping it together, and he's actually put a little bit of a gap between him and Nick Mole in the Fredo Frog livery behind him. Got Cooper's mates in the chat as well, cheering him on. Says SGTG. No, we're going to say it like I was just about to say it. STGT Aimer. Let's go on, Cooper. I know you were fast. So you've got Nick Mello and Alex McEwen are the ones not doing qualifying. So keep an eye on them in the race. Certainly two of the aliens in this server. But Kartik Kumar across the line for an improvement at 140.5. That keeps him in the top 12. But look at this. There's cars coming in thick and fast. That's Sarge Illich there making his way up into 9th. Lockie Grant making his way up into 7th. We'll see how Lockie Grant's going there in the number 46. Oh, right off the street. That's going to be a track cut invalidation. So that's not going to help his cause there tonight. We'll ride on board with Jack Reynolds and see how he fares here in the PlayStation controller vehicle here in the number 14. I can't believe he's using an actual controller, but he's doing all right. He's in the top 10. Gets a fair bit of oversteer there, but really nicely done. Actually pretty smooth for a controller. I would be absolutely nowhere on a controller. SGT Gaming says signing up for Clio Cup. It's crazy. Yep, do it. The link's down there in the description. Still 3 rounds to go in this season, but it's a non-stop thing throughout the year. So once one season ends, another one will begin. The cars for next season have not yet been decided, but I can tell you what, they are going to be good. There is a short list of them behind the scenes, and they are dead set going to be a ripper of a vehicle. Cohen Tam just made his way up and onto the second row. Thank you very much at 38.8. Geez, that's not far off. At Fabian Fitness has dipped into the 37s, mind you. There's a car off the track. Not sure who that is. It's the 158 of Kai McConnell, actually. That's really great stuff there from Kai McConnell. We haven't seen much of him in the server lately. But I'll tell you what, he's doing well to be up there in the top 6 right now. Really good stuff from him. James Bullock, we saw last week, start from the front in the final race of the night. And he made his Renault about the size of a bloody German tank. Really hard to pass this guy. I'll tell you what, he's got defensive skills up the wazoo. Who's going to take this off Fabian Fitness, though, ladies and gents? 2 minutes to go, just about, in this qualifying session. And I'll tell you what, in these busy little fields, the further you can get, or the more overtakes you can get done in qualifying, the better, because that's the less you're going to have to do out there on track. Lockie Grant getting all locked up there, as we see in the foreground. I'll tell you what, ladies and gents, this is shaping up to be an absolutely cracking affair here tonight. Fabian Fitness is on fire out here tonight, and has been so far without in the whole season. Let's be fair. He is the leader. Mr. Steroids for pole. Thank you, sir. Arnold Schwarzenegger on pole, the fitness man. He could probably run around this track as fast as he can drive it, and then go and lift one of these Renault Clios above his head and do a couple of reps as well. There's no doubt about it. 1 minute to go now, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that little track map, a new addition to the sensational broadcast down the bottom right-hand corner. You can see the initials of your favourite driver on there, so you can see where they're at on the track. The bright green colour is indicated by the leader, which now is Fabian Fitness, as you can see down there. The orange colours are the outlaps, I'm pretty sure. Outlaps and in-laps. And the regular green colours are the guys on the just on the track. But thank you very much, Zach O'Reilly, my co-commentator, enjoying the view there in Bali for one more night. But he'll be back for the broadcast on Sunday. Or next Sunday, should I say, or next Wednesday is the next time we're on. Should probably check my schedule before I open my mouth. Natai Watere here in the number 3. He's just knocking on the door of this top 10. Can he get there, ladies and gents? Needs to get a boogie on. He's got about 2/10 to make up to Kai McConnell in front. And that's the checkered flag, ladies and gents. So anyone who's not past the post now, as they got their pretty much their qualifying session ended. Matt Falzon, certainly one of those guys. James Bullock as well. Nick Moles finished. Kumar is finished. Cole and Barber are also finished down there. Fabian Fitness calls it quits as well. Jake Buttigieg's the only one I think who can knock off these guys off the top row here. He's got about a second to make up, mind you, and looks like he's pulled off to the side. Cooper Nathan there in 5th. Next man out on track there. Doing a great job there in the Rangiart, number 37. Looking at the sector times, he's about half a second down in the first sector, so that's probably not going to do himself any favours there of getting up any higher on the grid. But as it stands, I'm pretty sure he's sitting fifth. People leaving the server early, so I've got no idea where anyone is on the on the track, at least in the standings. But there he goes. He pulls across the line for a 1:39.0. That's not going to help him at all. Jimmy Park's still out there circulating, but I think he's finished as well. And I think that is pretty much the end of qualifying here tonight, ladies and gents. Fabian Fitness is your man at the top of the table with the 1:37.9. Matthias Falzon, quick last week, but got swallowed up once the racing started. So we'll see if he can keep it all on track there and really hand it to Mr. Fitness at the front. Hayden Cook there in third. Well done to him. The cook man, the chef. You see what he's cooking up tonight. It is delicious. Jake Buttigieg in fourth. Cooper Nathan fifth. Cohen Tam in sixth. Ryan Nielsen seventh. James Bullock in eighth. Matt Belton in nine. And Kai McConnell coming in 10th. We've got Trenery, Watere, Park, Lockie Grant, Eamon, Mole, Reynolds, Dooley, Daniel Longley. Still got a few more to go, ladies and gents. Illich, Kumar, Duff, Bensley, McEwen, Cole, Barber, Tan, and Don Dayson, I think, is your last man across the line. Tommy Bodicum did not qualify. But that, ladies and gents, is qualifying done and dusted. So we're going to leave you now for just a short couple of minutes. And we're going to be back with race one and all the action here on Sensational TV. Don't go away. We'll be back soon.
Though I know you're not online, look through photos and imagine you are mine. I want you to know that I wish nothing but to see you at my door. 'Cause there ain't nothing like your sunshine, baby, glowing over my porcelain heart. And I wish nothing but for your kiss on my face. How I long for you to take me dancing under the crystal sky, but we're worlds apart. You are moonlight across the silver lake, and I dive in head first.
Gentlemen, we are back. We're having a bit of a server issue. Okay, so I guess I'm going to restart the server. We will be back. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back in just a short minute. We're just having some server issues.
Like the sunshine, baby, glowing over my porcelain heart. And I wish nothing but for your kiss on my face. How I long for you to take me dancing under the crystal sky. We're worlds apart. We're worlds apart. Moving so slow, I can't take it anymore. Losing control of my body and my soul. And I know that I wish nothing but to see you at my door. 'Cause there ain't nothing like the sunshine, baby, glowing over my porcelain heart. And I wish nothing but to see you. There ain't nothing like the sunshine. I wish nothing but for your kiss. How I long for you to take me dancing under the crystal sky. We're worlds apart. We're worlds apart. We're worlds apart.
Haven't you met with a terrible fate as the clock's ticking down on the final day? Time's running out, but I can't be late. There's a face looking down full of rage and hate. Whenever there's a meeting, a party should have followed. Time takes no break, sometimes it goes slow. Dawn of the new day, but it feels hollow. Guess that's the end, but it's hard to follow. The evil moon is crashing, getting closer now. Would you dare to stop it if you only just you right? Just the evil moon is crashing. There's one time left to play. The world is ending as the sun sets on the final day. I'm still wondering, but I can't pretend. I took too many hits for the pain to end. I'm about to explode, but I help my friends. Just waiting on the day for the world to end. I heard a lot of lies, so I have to ask, is that your real face underneath your mask? Would you do it all again and reset the past if your time runs out and today's your last? The evil moon is crashing,
Now we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about the wait. We've, as I said earlier, we are trialling a new version of the real penalty system that we use behind the scenes to keep these drivers under wraps. But we're going to have to raw dog it now and go without, because it was playing up and causing some of these drivers to start in the pit lane. To be fair, in a field like this, I wouldn't mind just starting in the pit lane anyway. Just start at the back and work your way through. I don't know. It might be advised. But regardless, here we are. 2 minutes 55 to go in this race. We're going to just hover over this field. Been working on my free cam skills in the time being. See, look how big this field is. A few of these guys starting behind the final turn. There's still someone there that has not joined the server. Who is that going to be? It's Mark Trenery. Possibly not in the voice chat, so hasn't got the memo that all should be well by now. But regardless, we're going to park ourselves right here. That's a nice little spot. I think we've got... Did Nick Mello and Alex... Yeah, they do. All right. Keep an eye out, ladies and gentlemen. Nick Mello and Alex McEwen are starting at the back. So they will be trying their best to carve their way through this field. They've only got 15 minutes to do so. So have at it, boys. Do your best. I reckon a few of these guys up the front will take that as a sign of disrespect and get their elbows out, perhaps a little bit of defensive driving up the front. As it is, let's get to the front here. Fabian Fitness off the front row with Matthias Falzon. Hayden Cook and Buttigieg off the second row with Nathan and Tam off the third. Nilsson and Bullock off the fourth. Belton, McConnell off the fifth. Trenier and Watare off the sixth. Parkey with a good qualifying result there, out qualifying Lachlan Grant. They're on the seventh row. The Malaysian Marvel there with Nick Mole there on the eighth row. Reynolds and Dooley there behind them with Dax Daniel and Ollie Longley. Illich, Kumar, Duff, Bensley, McEwen, the senior McEwen there of Scott, Cole and Barber, Jeffrey Tan, Don Datsun. The Datsun man, the Datto boy. The 1200. Let's go, ladies and gents. We've got 30 seconds to go. I can hear the rev starting to climb. Let's see how this field fare. Are we going to get a clean turn one and turn two? Hopefully so. They've had enough warnings, this lot. The steward, the head steward is watching. So hopefully they all behave themselves. Otherwise they'll be packing their bags. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The lights are up. The revs are up. And we are set for a start here for round 3 in the Wednesday Cup. There we go. It's a great start there from Fabian Fitness. Very minimal wheel spin there off the front row. And looks like Falzon's there joining him with Cook in behind. Cook just trying to get out of the slipstream, maybe look up the inside. Buttigieg just hanging it fat around the outside. We're going to go back in the field. It looks like Matthew Belton and James Bullock having a bit of a go there. Lockie Grant getting sideways with Jim Park inside him with Dare and Bullock there. Looks like everyone got through the first turn safely. That's absolutely brilliant. We're going to watch them here come into turn 3. This is where the accidents might happen, but everyone seems to be on their best behaviour. That's Tommy Bodycomb getting all types of messed up, switched up there, should I say, but they managed to get through cleanly. This is fantastic driving by the WC cohort here, coming down into the braking zone now, the heavy braking zone of turn 5. This is where they're going to sort out the men from the boys through this little section here. It looks like Buttigieg going up the inside of Tam gets that job done. There's a Rangier car around the inside. That's, oh, geez, a little bit of bumping and shoving there between those two guys, but they will live to see another lap. This is great racing here there at the front. That's Bullock and Cooper Nathan just up the inside. That's a bit rude there from Cooper Nathan. He'll probably have to redress that. You cannot just barge them up the inside, mate. That's not how we do it here. But looking back in the field again, there's Mitch Cole getting overtaken, or actually overtaking himself there by Alex McEwen behind there in the pink and pastel-coloured vehicle there. Absolutely gay as hell. There you go, Alex. I don't know your sexuality, but I shouldn't make fun of it here on the Wednesday Cup. Anyway, nothing wrong with pink in today's society. It's 2024, ladies and gentlemen. Give myself an uppercut, Mr. Commentator. Let's move on. Behind is Nick Mello and Mitch Cole going side by side through the final turn. Mitch Cole just getting the better of it there, so Nick Mello just going to have to settle back, settle down, and try and make that move stick around the outside, which he tries to, but these guys are sticking it fat, as I said, side by side, again down into turn 2. This is where the action happens here, ladies and gentlemen. It's a very wide radius hairpin turn, but Nick Mello does have the inside, so he will get that job done. Thank you very much for coming, he says. Ollie Longley and Guy Duff here having a little battle out of that turn as well. There's some guys going off in the background. Can't tell who that is at the time being, but Sarge Illich all over the back. Let's have a look. He's got front row view here. Oh no, there goes Ollie Longley. Oh, sorry, Guy Duff just locking up the rears and off into the bundar on his own bloody accord. How about that? I'm sorry we had to catch that on stream, Guy Duff, because that's unfortunate to see. Looking elsewhere up the field now, actually, Jake Buttigieg is up the arse of Cohen Tam at the moment. Cohen Tam in a brand new livery. It's a nice colour scheme too. Look at that, the pale blue, green colour with the yellow really pops, if you ask me, and the nice big number 68 bubble font there with Ghost on the side. Very nicely done. Very nice livery there indeed. There's somebody asking in the thing about custom liveries. You don't have to have a custom livery, mind you. We tend to have a bunch of default liveries on the server, so you can pick one that is already existing if you don't have the time or the or the know-how really to make your own. So don't worry about that, because there are plenty of red hot liveries here that are from the default section. Actually, most of the really, really good ones are from the default section. Let's be fair. A few of these guys like to flex their creative muscles. There goes Nick Mello right out sideways. That's who was that up the inside of him as well? Sam Dooley. Geez, you don't see that very often. Nick Mello getting all sorts of crossed up, but he's done so there. He's managed to gather it up, so it's really nice driving there from him. Lockie Grant and Kurt McConnell here. Kai McConnell, should I say, just trading places with Jim Park bringing up the rear. We're going to ride on board with Parky and see what he sees. He's got Kai McConnell dead set in his sights at the moment. If he can pull an overtake here, he'll be absolutely stoked, because he is already in the top 10. Go Parky. He's got more years experience than all of this grid combined, I'll give you the hot tip. So everyone is a crowd favourite around here, is old Jimmy Park. So if he can keep it on the black stuff and keep this top 10 finish, he'll be instead for a bloody pole position start here in race 2. So we're all cheering him on. There's a car, there's smoke coming out of all of these cars up ahead. That's not the ideal line there, Jimmy. You want to keep it on the black stuff, not the green. But look, that'll do for him for now. Fabian Fitness setting the fastest lap of the race in the meantime. Looks to be another little battle heating up for second place, with Falzon behind the chef. He's just biding his time at the moment as well. These guys up the front, they're all pretty evenly matched in the pace department. So you're going to see a fair bit of close racing up there. And usually no forced overtakes, really. It's all down to unforced errors and maybe trying to put the driver in front under a bit of pressure, just to see if you can upset his rhythm and maybe take advantage of any kind of lapse in concentration. But we'll come back to that, because it looks like Falzon's pretty happy just to hold stead there behind the chef. Mark Trenery is hounding the back of Waterra here. He pulls out of the slipstream down into the braking zone here at turn 1, 2, 3, turn 4. Gets the job done by the looks of it, but look at that windscreen smashed up. He's had some dramas earlier on in this race. Oh, no. Got to watch your inside before you turn in there, ladies and gents, because there could be a car there. Waterra really hanging the elbows out there as well. Looked bit of changing direction. We've got the stewards here watching this race too, so any kind of funny business will be noted. We're riding on board with Mark Turner and just see how he attacks it here. We'll go on top, so that's a good view. Maybe. Lost my train of thought, ladies and gents. Yep, he goes around the outside. That's Mark Trennery up one position. I just need a quick glass of water as my voice is going down. We're back, ladies and gents. Alex McEwen is up behind Sam Dooley here in the Pertec livery. Beautiful livery from the supercar realm. No, you don't have to change the car you signed up with SGT Gamer. You just have to submit your livery in the customs file there in Discord, and we'll sort out the rest. You don't have to change anything on your end on the sign up. That is all taken care of for you. Look at this, Jimmy Park and Cooper Nathan having a sweet old battle here. Jimmy Park looking for 8th position here. Can we cheer him on in the chat? Holy moly. This will be a great result here for Jim Park if you can get round him. And he's got the better of the running there up the inside. Gives him plenty of room and just hangs it around the outside. Trailer Park Girl style. That's Jim Park up into 8th position. Fantastic driving from the old bloke. Here he goes. Beautiful stuff. So he's gone into defensive mode now, just looking into his mirrors, and he's going to have to too, because Cooper Nathan looks up the inside. Jimmy Park decides to squeeze him up against the wall, but thinks better of it because that racing line is ideal through here, through turn 1. If you can just hang it fat, get that momentum around the outside, you can keep that inside line for turn 2, but he's lost it here for now momentarily. But there's plenty of racing to come. 6 minutes and 5 seconds to be exact. Jimmy Park doing a great job here, holding on to the back of Cooper Nathan. He's well inside the top 10 now, and deserves a good finish, to be fair. He's had a fair bit of bad luck on the track pretty much every week, so if he can just hang clear, he'll be absolutely flying. Jake Buttigieg's the next closest man on track. That's still a second covering between him and Cook with 5.5 minutes to go. Jimmy Park and Cooper Nathan is the battle where it's at the moment. We'll right on top and have a look at the altering lines they take through this course, because it's another one of those courses where there are multiple ways to skin the cat in the terms of the racing lines taken. Both of those guys choosing not to even bother with an apex there. But there we go. Cooper just putting a fair bit of ground between him and Jim Park at the moment. That lead is stretched out to about a second. Looks like Hayden Cook's gone off the track. He's had a bit of a gutsy here. He was sitting up in, 3rd position, wasn't he? With Buttigieg behind him. So that promotes Buttigieg up into the podium positions. Cohen Tam into 4th. Lockie Grant has made up a number of positions off the start and finds himself in the top 5. Fantastic racing from him as well. Looking back for Nick Mello and Alex McEwen, they're both one after the other here in 11th and 12th, and I think they're too far back here to do anything about it. There's a Rangiart car off. That's Cooper Nathan. Oh, that's a disaster for him. So that's Jimmy Park up in the 8th position. And he will not be happy with himself at all. On for an absolutely fantastic finish. But maybe another day. Here's Kumar and Reynolds, the controller man, just getting almost past. There was just not much of a gap there between those two guys. Luckily, no one ended up the wrong way. Lots of rubbing and racing in this in this series. The boys have been told to settle it down, so hopefully they do so. But looks to be tonight has been a lot more clean than the others. But here goes, who's that up the inside? Mark Trenery having a good old look. Just got it pulled up before he centre punched the back of Reynolds. And they all live to fight another lap. Watero's trying to chime in now as well. Right on board with him because he's got all the cars in front of him. That's Trenery here directly in front and Reynolds just off in the distance. You can just hold on here. Look, there's some other cars trying to pile up. This is going to turn into a little five-way battle. Hayden Cook's fallen off the track up the top there as well. He's dropped down a couple of positions. Mello and McEwen trading positions as well. That's always a good battle to watch, but it looks like McEwen's gone through on him there for now. But back to this little four-way, five-way. Oh my God, it could be a six-way battle here. He just turned him around. Wataro's just turned Trenery around. Not ideal at all. Can't say that for sure. He might have just locked up the rears, but you never know. That looked like a murder to me. James Bullock up in 18th position. He's got a good clear view of all this happening. He's got Nick Knoll in front of him with Terry, Reynolds, Kumar and Nathan as well. So that's where the battle's on up the front here. Cooper Nathan up the arse of Kumar. Under that rear wing of what's what's left of that rear wing. There's not much to it. It is a rear wing though. Don't know how much downforce it produces. Probably not much. Just enough to keep those those rear tyres stuck down a little bit further. Cooper Nathan now searching for a way through. I think he's going to go for the send here. He doesn't. Just takes it shallow line, but that's almost enough to put Kumar off his line. So these guys are going to go a little bit of an overlap here up the hill, and maybe an opening will be starting to happen for Cooper Nathan here. Oh, geez, Kumar's all sorts of can feel the pressure here. I think he can feel the burn of the blowtorch that is happening behind. They both went off the track there just momentarily, but back on. And look at this. There's someone chiming in behind. That's Jack Reynolds. Riding on board with Jack Reynolds now, and he can see all this happening. He's just waiting for a few of these crumbs to fall off the table so he can take advantage. I tell you what, they're battling pretty hard, but very respectful too. That's the way we like it here in 8K Racing with Wednesday Cup. Presented to you by Sensational TV. And if you haven't already, ladies and gentlemen, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Hit the bells if you're into getting notifications when we go live, because that happens fairly often. And it all helps the channel in the end. But Cooper Nathan now right under the rear wing, pulls out of the slipstream, gets on the brakes into turn 2. Is it enough? Kumar sees him coming and gives him plenty of room, probably too much room, and just steps aside and says, "I'll see you, Cooper. I might catch you near the end of this race." Holy moly, that was really easily done there from from Nathan. But here goes Reynolds as well, because he can see that Kumar was a little bit vulnerable out of the exit of that turn, thanks to his mate Cooper Nathan up front. And here comes Kumar as well, trying to return serve up the inside of Jack Reynolds. But, just wasn't enough, but it was close. Here he comes in the mid-corner speed. Look at that depart. He's absolutely flying around the mid-corner there, but still not enough to get that move done. He's right up the back of him too. I'll tell you what, let's ride on board with Kumar and see what he is seeing here. He's just lost a couple of tenths. There's Cooper Nathan very wide during that turn there. I'm not too sure which one it is, but that's dropped Kumar off the back as well of this little battle indeed. Oh boy, catch your breath, ladies and gents, because it's all happening here in the Wednesday Cup. Looking up the field, there's a big gap. Fitness is absolutely gone. It's the last lap, so we're going to ride on board and show him a bit of love, because I tell you what, this will be 6 wins out of 7 races here, ladies and gents. Who's going to stop Fabian Fitness? Wowee, he is absolutely on fire in the Wednesday Cup. He qualified from the front, and he's led from pole to pole here in race 1. Try and fix my There we go. That's better. He has led from absolutely pole to pole here in race 1. Fabian Fitness. He turns up the into the final sector now. Give him a round of applause in the chat. He's been absolutely fantastic this season, and I don't see it changing for some reason. He's got his eye in, especially with these front-wheel drive cars. They must suit his driving style down to a T, because there's a gap of 5.7 seconds between him and Matthew Falzon. But tell you what, he's not worried about the gap. All he wants is that number 1 position next to his name, and he's got it here for race 1 in Wednesday Cup round 3. Fabian Fitness is your winner. Nice little sideways action as well around turn 1. We don't hate that. No way. Here's Matthias Falzon crossing the line in position 2. Jake Buttigieg gets his podium position there in 3rd. Cohen Tam rounding for 4th with Lockie Grant in tow behind him. Matthew Belton made up a number of positions there as well. That's a great drive from him. Jimmy Park, top 7. Way, oh, get the fireworks out. The Park star will be chuffed with that. I'll give you the hot tip. He's beaten Alex McEwen, he's beaten Nick Mello, and he's beaten Hayden Cook down for this top 10 reverse grid. Hayden Cook will start off pole from the next race. Don't you worry about that. Ollie Longley there in 11th with Sam Dooley, and Cooper Nathan having a bit of bad luck there towards the end. He will have to settle for 13th position for the time being. Jack Reynolds behind him with James Bullock pulling it into the pits. Natai Watere, should I say, is in 16th position there. Had a couple of good battles too along the way. Nick Mole there in 17th. Kumar and Cole in 18th and 19th, with Sarge Illich in 20th. The Malaysian Marvel there in 21st. Mark Trennery in 22nd. Guy Duff, Sam Bensley, Brody Barber. Make out your top 25. Whew. That was certainly a race. The guys have calmed it down too. It's only taken to race 3, but these guys have figured out the respect on track rule and are really doing themselves proud out there. Pat on the back to all the drivers tonight in race 1. Certainly good to see. Bit of hard racing, bit of respectful racing. That's what it's all about here, ladies and gents. But that is race 1. Done and dusted. Well, tell you what, I'm in need of a quick beverage. I don't know about you at home, but get your tips in for the next race, because it is only a few minutes away. Once these guys do their little warm down lap and get to the pits, but in the meantime, somehow the car switched to H pattern. Well. You wouldn't have known it, Fabian. You gapped them out the front, so might have to throw a column shift challenge to you as well, just to see if you can still win doing that. Server doing strange things tonight, ladies and gentlemen. If that was a forced thing that happened, that's very strange indeed. But as I said before, we are at the end of race 1, and it will be a couple of minutes before race 2, so get yourselves comfortable and don't go too far, because we're going to be back. We're going to be back in just a couple of minutes with race 2. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't go away. We shall return.
Turns to dust when your time runs out and you're out
softly. Guess I just can't let it be, because I'm happy. It's the irony. It's just a small strand, just a place I built to live. A lot of drowning, lie I don't believe. I just wanna feel anything. Feels like I've tried everything. I shake my head, I pull my reins, I focused on the little things. Brought it back to fill this space behind my heart, and I train my faith. I just wanna feel anything. Feels like I've tried everything.
Welcome back to the grid, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, tell you what, they're one of my favourite bands in Brisbane. That is Porn Star Supercar with Heavy Nothing. Feel like a radio announcer. But all the music you hear on Sensational are local bands from the area. So yeah, if you like any of the songs, give them a like on their socials. That is something that gets the career going of young musicians. So absolutely go and support those guys. They're one of my favourites. I think we've heard 2 of their songs tonight. Purely by accident, it is a random playlist. But I guess it takes into account what I like to listen to. 1 minute 30 to go in the green flag stakes. Fabian Fitness, sounds like you might have something wrong with your shifter. I don't think anyone else reported the same problem. So that would be unfortunate. But I tell you what, if you could only get through 4 of the 5 gears, you'd probably still be a chance of winning this run. Minute to go, ladies and gents. Who is going to carve their way through the field here in this reverse top 10 grid? Cook and Mellor are off the front of the grid with McEwen and Park behind them. Belton and Grant, Cohen, Tam and Buttigieg and Falzon making out your top 10. Sorry, Fitness making out your top 10. He was the winner of that first race. But we are ready for a start here now, ladies and gents. Just about 40 cars on the server. It's busy, but it's been absolutely cracking racing so far, and respectful stuff too, which is hats off to all these drivers here in Wednesday Cup, and that's what's made this series so popular and so successful over the last 13 seasons. So onwards and upwards for that. There's someone getting to the server in the very last minute. We are just about ready for a start. We are go, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about my driving control, but there we go. Hayden Cook is off the line pretty well. We got Nick Mello searching for a way with Alex McEwen looking around the outside. Who's that up the inside? Jim Park and Mac Belton. Just keep an eye on Jimmy Park. See if he can get through all this mess. He's sitting 4th in the position stakes here, but Nick Mello's challenging Hayden Cook for the lead of this race. He gets on the brakes a little bit later and he will slide through. Hayden Cook maybe looking for the switchback, but couldn't get the car turned enough there. Jim Park giving McEwen a bit of a slap on the door handles on the way through as well. Thank you very much for coming, he says. But Jimmy Park still sitting fat there in 4th position with Belton and Grant hounding him like you would not believe up this back straight. What's going to happen when we get to the braking zone? That's anyone's guess. But there goes Matt Belton up into 6th position. Lockie Grant going up the inside of him as well. Fitness, that is, getting up into 5th position with Grant. And there goes Fabian off the road. There's Alex turned around. I think he might have come together there with Jim Park. I'm not going to say anything, but until we see the replay. But that's disaster there for Jim Park. Just it's one of those things. He always seems to get himself into trouble. That was lazy stuff there as well from Fitness and Grant. Someone not giving enough room. Who was it? Inside or outside? You be the judge to decide there, chat, because we saw it all happen right in front of our screens. These guys have forgotten about the friendliness of the first race, and they're all getting stuck in here in the second race with no love lost between any of these drivers. It's not good to see. There's another send up the inside when there was a car there. Come on, man, get on the brakes. That's what they're for. Gee whiz, and that... You know, it's very disappointing to see this happen after such a great start in race 1. Everyone's forgotten how to drive, and that is absolutely rubbish there from everyone involved in that little first stanza. Tell you what, the stewards will be watching, and anyone is in fault of that is gone. I'm sick of it. Anyway, moving on. Reynolds is up there into 5th position and looking pretty good behind Ollie Longley there in the Freddo Frog. No, that's it is Ollie Longley, but his livery's not showing up. Interesting. Sorry, it's Nick Mole that has the Freddo Frog. Sorry, I'm all in a fluster after this rubbish driving. It's got me all riled up, ladies and gentlemen, and I apologise for that. But here we go. Hayden Cook is the leader of this race. Nick Mello is in second by about a second. Jake Buttigieg there sitting nice and pretty in 3rd position with Cooper Nathan making his way through the field as well. Jack Reynolds, Ollie Longley in 4th with Matthias Falzon giving him a fair bit of a hurry up as well. He's got James Bullock behind him and Sam Dooley. All close in tow with Watere as well. Parks found his way back up onto the back of these guys, so this is an angry little battle pack here. If we could get some better camera angles as well, I'll tell you what, in the down season, I'm going to try and figure out how to put camera angles on these tracks, because whoever makes them has no idea how to put a bloody camera angle on a track. But here goes Sam Dooley in the Pertec Clio. He's going to look up the inside here. He better give himself room. Oh, gee whiz, that was really dangerous stuff there as well. Just about a cigarette paper between him and the car in front. Holy. But this is certainly a little gaggle of cars. We're going to hit that static cam as all 3 of those guys go side by side. Oh, my God. They've managed to survive. 3 wide is not fun, no matter where you are, in which track, in which car, it doesn't matter. 3 wide's never a good idea. Hopefully a lot of lessons learned out there tonight in the race craft department. You don't always have to send it to make the overtake stick. I'll give you the hot tip. Here's one bit of gold, which really changed my driving. The overtakes do not get done in the braking zone. Contrary to what you believe, overtakes get done in the exit of the previous turn. So anyone listening to that, make sense of it, because it is an absolute gold nugget of driving tip. If you can get a better exit than the car in front of you in the previous turn, you usually don't have to send it under brakes, because you will be up alongside them and or in front of them already when it comes to the braking zone. And that's the best way to do the overtakes, ladies and gentlemen. Some may argue it's the only way. Here goes Jim Park. He's fallen off the track somewhere. There he goes, down to 15th. Oh, geez, that's a very, very spicy re-entry there. Almost takes out McEwen again. We're right on board with McEwen and see how he cuts his way through. That's a nice little send there. That's, oh, what was that? Oh, my God. Kai McConnell. Unreal. Unreal, ladies and gents. Alex won't be happy with that. Moving right along. Watere. He's up behind Fabian Fitness, who's still in 10th position. We saw him get involved in a little bit of the rubbish earlier on. But here goes Watere looking, searching for a way. There's not really many ways around Fabian Fitness. You have to wait for that mistake to happen, I'd imagine. He's pretty quick around this track. But behind we can see Duff and Mole, and that's Grant as well. You can see the differing lines there with Lockie Grant opting for like almost a switchback line there on Guy Duff in front. Hasn't worked for him this time, but I tell you what, he's got the better exit, and he's right up the arse here of Guy Duff. There's going to be maybe a slight overlap, but he pulls out of it. Wisely done there from Lockie Grant. And look at this. This might just pay off for him now. He might be able to just send it around the outside. Look for that inside line here, and a very good exit is all you need. It's not going to happen for him just yet because Nick Mole actually has got a fantastic exit out of the final turn and is looking on Mr. Watare here. It's all holding stations. These guys, no one's really making any progress forward or back. It's pretty good stuff. Actually, there goes the Freddo car around the outside. No, that's the Pertec car of Sam Dooley. Now, this will be interesting to watch from the top. That's Dooley, that's Watare, and that's Nick Mole in tow as well. If Watare just pulls across there, gets a bit of that slipstream, he might be able to return serve down into turn 3. He does so. He gets on the brakes, a little bit of smoke. They give each other room. That's good stuff. Side by side again, up the hill into this turn. Oh, that's Nick Mole just sending it right into the side of Watare. That's absolutely fucking rubbish from these guys. Pull your heads in. Jesus Christ. If the move's not on, it's not on. Come on. I know it's a beginner series, but Jesus, we got to learn something here. Goodness me. Here's Matthias Falzon. He's up the back of James Bullock. He's looking for a way through. There's a little bit of smoke there from Bullock. Oh, ladies and gents, I'm a bit tired behind the microphone tonight. It's been a few big nights for me in a row. So I apologise for scathing on these guys too much. I should give them a break. But I'll tell you what, I've been there and I've done all this. And I know changing your driving style is really just down to the mentality of it. And it's a really easy thing to do. To drive calm, to drive zen. And to not go for moves when they're not on. And to use that brake when you need it. All these things culminate into just results. Straight up results. You build your awareness around the cars around you. You build up your sort of bag of ways to overtake people. And then you don't end up looking like an absolute knob on TV when you take people out. Looking back in the field now, we've got a little three-way battle happening here between Falzon, Reynolds and Bullock. Falzon just showing the nose there to Reynolds. Oh, he's got a fantastic run out of that turn as well. This is going to be pretty much done by the time we get to the braking zone. This is what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. You get that better release off the turn, and there's really nothing your opponent can do about it. There goes Falzon. Beautiful driving there up into 5th position. Little swap for the lead here with Nick Mello getting past Buttigieg. But Cooper Nathan's right up there. Ladies and gents, after a bit of bad luck in race 1, he's back. And this is a three-way battle for the lead. So this is where we're going to stick and see what can happen between these three drivers. Jake Buttigieg's been pretty quick in the practice server during the week. So we know he certainly knows his way around mid-Ohio by now. Nick Mello's been here before. How much practice he's done, we don't know. But he is one of the aliens in the server, so if you can keep up with him, you're doing well for yourself. I'll give you the tip. Excuse me. Well, very good in the braking zone is Cooper Nathan. You can see these guys really nothing in it here. Jake Buttigieg taking the wider line here through this section. Oh, just gets a little bit upset on the curbing. But look at this, all over the back of him now. That's Nick Mello's car we're looking at through the front windscreen of Jake Buttigieg's, and he's got a little bit of an overlap now, but the next turn is a left one, so there's probably not much he can do about it. He's just going to have to slot back in and just hope that Cooper Nathan doesn't take advantage, which he does. Now him and Buttigieg are side by side coming into the final braking zone here on the circuit. Nathan just pulls into the slipstream again. wisely done, because you know that the more these guys battle, the more an opportunity will arise. It will just fall off the table, and like a little Jack Russell, you'll be down there licking those crumbs off and thanking yourself, patting yourself on the back, saying, how good are these crumbs? I don't know what I'm talking about half the time. Here we go. Jake Buttigieg, a little lock-up there from Nick Mello as well up the front. That invites Jake Buttigieg and Cooper Nathan just a little bit closer. Here's the top view here. Here's how close they are in real life. About a car's length and about 2-3 cars' lengths back to third. Jake Buttigieg just in the slipstream. You can see him gaining down the back end of this straight, but Mello was aware of it and just places his car, not super defensive, but in the middle of the track where Buttigieg won't really be able to do much. And Buttigieg just parking it on the apex there. Nothing Cooper can do to go forwards here in this race, but he's just going to have to settle for third at the moment, watching these two guys battle it out for the top position of the podium, and just maybe hope for a little bit of contact where he can just swan his way up the inside. Oh, a little bit of server lag there. That's not ideal, but everyone has survived. They are absolutely nose to tail at the moment. The human centipede, if you will, down the back section of this this track. Buttigieg and Nathan taking a fair bit of that curbing, as you see Nick Mello opting to stay away from it. There goes Buttigieg. He's made a mistake. Oh, he's off the track. See, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Cooper Nathan up into second position. Jake Buttigieg seems to gather it up and gets back on his bike, but it's too late now. He's about... Geez, what is it? He's about 2 seconds down the, or 1 second down the road, with 2 minutes and 25 seconds to go in this race. Little battle forming down the back here as well with Alex McEwen, who's had it all thrown at him tonight. That car has had more hits than Elvis, and he's got Cohen Tam in front of him just to try and damage limitation. But I think that car's pretty stuffed as well. He's, you can see the front windscreen has got more cracks in it than a nudist beach. Oh, there's some more rubbish up the back. Excuse me. Cohen Tan, I love that livery, by the way. Look at that. Just simple, effective. What's he got on the back here? Fucking hell. Soldier on. Hey, is that he might be, I know that's the ex-war people's what's it called? It'll come to me. But my ex-teammate is a part of that crew. Cohen Tam might know him. Anyway, enough of the personal hijinks. Fabian Fitness up behind Jack Reynolds. And you get this job done. We are actually, what we're going to do is we're going to check in on who's going to come 12th here. At the current time, it's our Malaysian marvel, Mr. Ayman. And he's actually got clear air around him, so he's probably, all bar the shouting, a guaranteed pole position for the next race with Sam Dooley in front of him. Grant and Longley behind them as well for the grid on the next race. But here comes Fabian Fitness up the inside. Reynolds sees him coming, gives him room. That's how we do it, ladies and gents. Perfectly done there from Mr. Reynolds. Fabian Fitness covering him off now down the straight. He's got the aid of the slipstream, so there's a little bit of overlap. They both come down into the braking zone now. Oh, a little bit of contact. Jeez, I don't know about that. That was unnecessary. Reynolds been sent into the nether realm. He won't be too happy with that, I think. Another one for the stewards, ladies and gents. Matt Falzon, though, is up behind Bullock here, and this is a battle for fourth position. Oh, look at this. There's a change of the lead here. Cooper Nathan's hit the front. Nick Mello must have made a mistake there. And that's invited Cooper Nathan. There's another mistake there. There's a mistake from Cooper Nathan. That'll invite Nick Mello back up the inside here and around the outside of the final turn and maybe just a little bit more momentum. And Jake Buttigieg says, thank you very much, boys. The more you battle, the more it brings me in. But that's the last lap of the race. It's Cooper Nathan is the winner here in race 2. Didn't realise we were actually on the last lap, but there we go. Cooper Nathan is your race 2 winner, ladies and gents. Nick Mello coming across the line in second. Jake Buttigieg third. Fouls on in fifth with Bullock in, fourth. Bullock in fifth. Fitness in sixth. Is Aidan Cook crossing the line in seventh position with Lockie Grant in eighth. Jack Reynolds in ninth. And Sam Dooley making out your top 10 tonight. There's the Malaysian Marvel in the nice little Mario livery there. I love it. Ollie Longley in the number 22. He will start from pole position. I think if people have not left the server and stuffed up my timing tower. Guy Duff in 13th. Cohen Tams left the server. Alex McEwen copping an absolute flogging in that race on all sides. He'll come back for race 3, refreshed and starting in 15th position. Nick Mole in 16th. McConnell, Trenery and Belton in 17th, 18th and 19th with Jim Park. A fall from grace. And look at that car. It is that's had more hits than Elvis and the Beatles combined. Kumar in 21st. Daniel in 22nd, the number 69. Very nicely done there, sir. And Illich, Watare and Cole rounding out your field, I think. Sam Bensley actually there in 26th. Dason in 27th. Scotty McEwen 28th. And Tommy Bodicum with Barber there in 29th and 30th. Ryan Nielsen, Jeffrey Tan finish off the field. 32 cars. Well, I'll tell you what, I shouldn't go the early crow on praising these guys for their racecraft because I knew it would come back to bite me. Gee whiz. Hopefully they clean it up for race 3. We'll be back in just a few moments with that and hopefully some better racing.
Like what, man? Like, what do you want me to do?
Rap pack with the remedy. Punk rap dead Kennedy. All the weirdos and outcasts kidding me. Feeling myself, no idea where the ceiling be. Man, I hope y'all hearing me. Cause I'm rolling on Mars. Suck space food and shitting out bars. Driving rover cars under the overarch. Relinquish the torch like puff, puff, puff.
Pass, puff, puff, I ain't passing the duff. There's bars in and passing me past half drunk. I'm partial to passing around past as a skunk. There's a part of me that's usually partially fucked. It's hard to be better than I was yesterday. Guess you could say that I've seen better days. Seen scenes build and I've seen them slip away. I've seen men yield and I've seen them break. Like back and forth. 8-man lane, of course. Nonsense with no thought. We just straight off course. Like back and forth. Late 1-8, of course. Nonsense with no thought. We just straight off course. Come forth from the back, no pause. We attack Corsair just because there's a war to be had. For honor, for death, for the hordes we amass. Forgotten, forewarned, forlorn for a fact.
Facts forewarned, that's foregone conclusions. Your solution, delusion, deluge them like splooge, man. Got 2 hands, I'm with the goon, man.
Man, I'm the man from the damn lagoon. With a can in my hand, I'm a cancer, I'm doomed. When I'm standing on jams, I'm enhancing the mood. I'm a man with a plan and I'm handsome to boot.
Like boot to handsome face. Fucking man, I'll swing that mace. Catch a case and break a face. That's just a taste of going
Back and forth.
8-man late, of course. Nonsense with no thought. We just straight off course. Like back and forth. Late 1-8, of course. Nonsense with no thought. We just straight off course. Hot nonsense, got no sense, no pretense, need defense.
We weekend, 3 weekends, knee deep in the deep end.
Hard breathing, we reaching those seas that we seeking.
Washed up on the beach, you best believe that there's a reason.
Back and forth. 8-man late, of course. Nonsense with no thought. We just straight off course. Like back and forth. Late 1-8, of course. Nonsense with no thought. We just straight off course.
It's one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. Where old Jabba, from having listened to
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back now for the final race of the evening. The 17-minute affair around this this cracking circuit. It's served up some pretty good racing so far tonight. And the top 12 from the previous race have been reversed. So we've got Ollie Longley there in the number 22 on the front row of the grid. Next to him is the Malaysian Marvel. Behind them, Dooley and Reynolds. Behind those guys, Grant and Cook. And Fitness and Bullock with Falzon and Buttigieg on the next row. Mello and Nathan behind him with Duff and Tam. Alex McEwen back in 17th position with Nick Mole, Kai McConnell, Mark Trennery, Matt Belton, and a bunch of other cars that we're not going to get to because we're about 30 seconds away now from a start. You can get a nice little view here of the field. The sun's starting to set here in Ohio. I assume this track's in Ohio. It's got it in the title, but you never know with these Americans. Who's going to win this race? Someone in the chat, give me something. Give me a 1, 2, 3. If you do, we will send you a belated prize pack, sensational prize pack, if that exists. But I'll tell you what, we're about to go now for a start. I think we'll just look down here. There's a pretty good view. That's a terrible start there from Lachlan Grant. He gets overtaken immediately by Fitness and Cook. And looks like up ahead, that's Dooley heading into the turn in second. Behind him, that's Reynolds and Fitness. Oh, there's someone just getting turned around. Thank you very much. No harm, no foul, he says. Jeez, that's horrible stuff. Turned around on a straight. Anyway, through the first turn, it is Ollie Longley still has the field with Dooley in behind him, Fitness behind him with Cook, Grant, Mello and Reynolds dropping down the order just a couple. Mello making his way up as well. Look at all these cars filing their way down to the braking zone of turn 4. We'll just sit there and watch them all go because there could be a few little fireworks in this turn here. Let's have a look. They all get through pretty well. That's good stuff there. Fantastically done. But it looks like Dooley has had a bit of a gutter there, and he's falling down through the order. It's hard to go. These cars are going 3 wide around here, so just praying they all get through safely. I think they've done that so far as well. Fabian Fitness has made his way to the front, mind you, ladies and gents. He started down in, was it 7th position or something, 5th position. So he's made up a few positions already. Fabian Fitness straight to the front, where he likes to be. And he's no stranger to the front of a race here at Wednesday Cup. So he's out there and he's got 7-10 advantage over Ollie Longley. Nick Mello in third, giving him a fair bit of a hurry up here. Maybe even a little bit of a bump there coming out of the turn 13 on their way to turn 1 here. And both guys giving plenty of room. Ollie Longley didn't need to give him that much room. You don't need to give Nick Mello hardly any room. As long as there's enough room to fit that Renault Clio up the inside, he'll be there. Don't you worry about that. But Hayden Cook's sitting pretty around the outside. That's Reynolds behind him in the line, and on their inside is Ollie Longley. They come around for the second time down this back straight. There's some cars hitting the fence in the background. There's a bit of dust being pulled up there. I don't know who that is. I think it's Tam and McConnell getting tangled up. Can happen, ladies and gents, but they all go down there smoothly. Here goes Sam Dooley up the inside. That's Alex McEwen's made his way up into 8th position already. We're right on board with him, actually, and just see how he navigates through this field. As I said, these guys started from the back, him and Mello. Mello's made his way up to second. Finally, he might be able to challenge Fabian Fitness, or at least Fitness have his pace challenged at least once tonight. He'd be maybe enjoying the challenge. Who knows? But here we are on board with Alex McEwen now. He's searching for a way past Sam Dooley in front. You can see the whole field just about. They're all pretty well bunched up at the moment. There's really nowhere through for him either. So Sam Dooley going defensive. There's a couple of cars off the track there. That's one of the NGR cars, Reynolds, and maybe Cooper Nathan. It is. It's unlucky for those guys having a mistake early, but I'll tell you what, when you want to make a mistake, it's going to be early because you've got a lot of time to make it back. You can just sort of make that mistake back and it not be worth too much in the end. But good driving there from the field so far. A little bit of shenanigans down the back, but you get that sometimes. You can see them all pretty much single file now, as they've all sorted out their positions. A little bit of a smoke signal there heading up. There's a car stopped on the track. That's someone calling it quits. Fabian Fitness still leads. Nick Mello about a 1.8 second gap down to him. Here's Reynolds up the inside of Kumar, so he's on the recovery drive already and doing a good job of it. Matt Belton now. He had a good showing in race 1. We didn't see much of him in race 2. Might have got tangled up in the shenanigans that were happening there in race 2. We're right on board with Matt Belton. He's been at AK Racing for quite some time now, actually. He's competed in a couple of V8 Supercar Championships. Took a little while off. I know he hurt his back, so he was struggling to sit in the sim rig and get any sort of real practice done, so he took some time off. So he's back now. Hopefully his bones are all feeling better and up to the task of week in, week out racing in these bloody action-packed series that we've got midweek. We're calling it I'm starting to call it the midweek madness. It's good to see him back out on track. He's, oh no, the commentator's curse. Strikes again. Just get that outside tyre, hit that curbing and really upset the car. Oh, that's going to upset it more. Big face plant into the fence. Anyway, Sam Dooley now side by side with Falzon. Who's going to brake? Who's going to blink first? Who's that looking up the inside? Guy Duff. Can he get on the brakes? Can he get it pulled up? No, he can't. He's taken everyone out. That's a murder there down in the turn 4. Guy Duff, you need to redress that, my good man. That's horrible. Oh, my God. Oh, I feel like the cops are going to start knocking on my door here. I'm the key witness to a lot of murders tonight. I'm going to say I saw nothing, sir. I was just sitting there watching Jimmy, and he was watching the fly go across the desk. Or was it an ant? It was an ant. So sorry, officer, I'm not going to be able to help you today. Lockie Grant's down here in 15th position. There's Sam Dooley off the track in front. He's going to try and rejoin nicely, but I'll tell you what, who was that next to him? Ryan Nielsen gave him absolutely nothing. So, I know, mate, if you're going to have to jump on the track, you're going to have to slow down and wait for me to go with it. There's a little bit of a touch. Sam Dooley absolutely T-boned by Cohen Tam. And that's going to be the end of those guys for this race. That's unlucky stuff. Jake Buttigieg down here in 14th. He's out of position. You saw him up there challenging for the lead in race 2. Let's see what sort of progress he can make. He's got Lockie Grant there in the 46. You can see looming large in the front windscreen. He's on the wrong side here. There's really no way around this this large radius turn. If you're heading around the outside, you're really at a disadvantage, but maybe you can duck back in and do a bit of a late apex slingshot maneuver and set yourself up for the braking zone into turn 1, 2, 3, 4, into turn 4. It's actually turn 5 because they count that there as turn 4, which I don't count as turn 4. It just confuses me when I look at the track map. But here goes Buttigieg. Whoa, slides it up the inside. Lockie sees him coming, gives him a little bit of room, but he'll have the outside now for the next turn. So they will continue to be side by side, and it's a bit of a right, left, right. And Buttigieg gets the better of it now and gets that position done. Really nice driving there and really nice exchange between both of those guys. That's it's experience, a couple of experienced drivers going hammer and tong and knowing when to hold them and when to fold them, as Kenny Rogers would say. Here's Alex McEwen. He never counts his money when he's sitting at the table. I'll give you the hot tip. Here he goes now. He's on the outside of Hayden Cook. He's just turned the oven on, and things are starting to heat up here at the front. This is the battle for third position. Alex is all over the back of him, searching for a way through. Cook doesn't choose to go defensive, stays on the racing line, and gives Alex McEwen all the room in the world and says, well, you can pretty much just have that, mate. I'm going to try and stick into your slipstream and hope that James Bullock doesn't make any ground on me down this back straight. That was one of the easiest passes McEwen's had to do all night, but he's up there now. He's got his V8 Project 4 teammate in his sights, whether that be it's only 3.5 seconds down the track, but we've got 7 minutes and 45 seconds to go, ladies and gents. So I'll give you the tip. There's plenty of time to get that move done. We've got Josh Smith in the chat. Mashallah, Uncle Jake. That's my unc. Yeah, boy. All right. Jake Buttigieg, I assume you're talking of. So we'll focus in on him for a little while. See how he's going. We're right on board and check out the wheel work of Unky Jake. See if he can make some room up on these cars. There's a car off there. That's Kumar, so that's a free position for Uncle. He's looking pretty good, mate. He's your uncle's. He's one of the quicker guys in the server right now. He's had a bit of bad luck in this race. I don't know if you've been watching or just tuned in, but he's found himself down in 12th position. He was battling for the lead in the last race. Just in the format of it, it's really hard to make your way up from the back with so many cars in it, and it's quite a competitive field as well. All these guys from the top 10 up really know what they're doing. That's an easy move there from Buttigieg. He'll just go sliding up the inside. He'll get this done before the braking zone here into turn 3. Really nicely done there in the car 26. Thank you, mother for the rabbits, he says. Capsaw in the track says, Capsaw in the chat says beautiful track. Yeah, it is. And it's really nice to race on. Keeps you guessing with a lot of these sort of up and down, lots of undulation. Anything undulated, I'm a big fan of. I tell you what, it really brings sim racing to life when you're not just out there on the flat track, because there's plenty of ups and downs on this track. I'll give you the hot tip. And a lot of these turns are similar yet different. So you've got to take a different approach around pretty much every single one of them. And because of that, it's really hard to squeeze that extra last couple of tenths that you want. There's another car off the track there as we go into the final braking zone. You see them in the background there. I don't know who that is. JT. It's Mr. Tam, I think, down the back. Dax Daniels had a bit of a gut, so we're not going to cross to him because this battle's on now. Bullock is right up behind Cook. If you can get a bit of that slipstream here, a bit of that good old suck, we'll see if he can make his way up. Yeah, Jimmy Park's in 10th. He came 7th in the first race, believe it or not. He's absolutely cherry ripe for this event. He'll have Buttigieg on his tail soon, I think. But I'll tell you what, Illich has given him a bit of a hurry up as well. So there's a few little battles to keep my eyes on at once. We'll see what happens here. If Bullock pulls out, he does. He pulls out of the slipstream, just shows the nose. It's a good way to do it, just to show Hayden Cook he's there and he means business, and he may just have a look at him down the next time around. But here we go. Here's Jim Park. He's the man of the moment. Jake Buttigieg really just... Oh, man, he's in all sorts of trouble there. What's he done? What a time to switch to those guys. Unlucky. I think Buttigieg just got in all sorts of trouble there off the track. Couldn't quite pull it up because that's grass out there, and tyres and grass do not have the same stickiness as the black stuff. But here we go. Guy Duff and Kai McConnell now. Guy Duff, what even is road? You just use the track, use the grass, he reckons. He's in the green car, so he might be used to that. Goodness me. But these guys are separated by about 3/10 now. There could soon to be a battle for the second position, so we're going to keep one eye on that as well while we watch this. Everyone else, the positions are kind of neutralised. There's a little battle happening down the back for 20th position as well. But look at this. Guy Duff's got a great run now. He's just pulls out of the slipstream. Does he do it now? I'd be inclined just to wait. No, you can't. That's not the way to do it. Guy Duff. Yeah, oh God, son. Can't do that. But as I said, he's better off just sitting in behind Kai McConnell and waiting for this turn here to make that move done while he was so close. But anyway, that's the little lessons of Chris Munro here in the commentary box. If I was Guy Duff, I would have just, slotted it in behind. But who listens to me anyway? Tell you what, yeah, forced to because you want to watch the race and you hear my dulcet tones here over the microphone. But as far as racecraft tips, no one gives a fuck. Here goes Guy Duff. He's gone. He's lost it. He's parked it now. He's the wrong way. And there's a free spot for Tam Buttigieg. Free spot for Cole. Free spot for Trenery. Unlucky guy. Better luck next week. Here's Illich. Oh, look at that. Jimmy Park right out sideways. He's got Falzon and Illich both behind him now. Actually, those guys are side by side. Where the hell did Illich go? He's just parked it. He's in big trouble. He's hit the wall. Oh, geez, that's unlucky for him. But anyway, Falzon, we'll get an eye on Jimmy Park in front there. Some of these lines he's taking, they're unconventional to say the least. But look, whatever works for him works for me. We've got 1 minute to go here in this race. Actually, here's the battle now. The teammates are into it for the second position on the ladder. Now, we're sure to see some fantastic racing here between these two. These guys are teammates in the V8 Supercar League here at AK Racing. They know each other's driving style like the back of their hands. Alex McEwen just having the better of it now. Nick Mello with a bit of smoke pouring out the back of that Renault. Tell you what, with the amount of lockups we see in this race, the tyres represent a 50-cent coin more than they do a tyre. Got flat spots all over them. But there's 56 seconds to go. We might just get through this lap and one more, I think. Tipped a couple in the fuzzy green. I like that. I'll be stealing that off you, Capsaw. Thank you for the... Thank you for that. Josh Smith in the chat. I missed that. Damn it, Uncle Buttigieg. Like a bad Disney princess. Instead of letting your hair down, you let me down. Ah, it's poetic and it's brutal. Maybe he's on the he's off the Christmas card list. Oh, fucking hell. And it keeps coming there from Josh Smith in the chat. But anyway, we're on to the last lap. These two are battling hard here. Nick Mello just getting the inside run there and gets that position off Nick Mello. Oh, sorry, off Alex McEwen, should I say. And they'll travel side by side down to the braking zone of turn 5. Who's going to blink first down into this turn? I think McEwen just opting to look for a little bit of a switchback there, and it might just work for him because Mello goes deep on the exit. It's a switchback into maybe another switchback into the final section of this roller coaster. There goes Nick Mello, losing traction, getting a little bit sideways. That's going to invite McEwen up beside him here. And McEwen has the inside line. Mello just has to give him room. Great driving there from both of these guys to avoid contact. But McEwen has the better of it now. But I'll tell you what, if Mello can just sit there on his inside, he will have the first crack at this turn here. And he does. McEwen just looks to the inside, gets a little bit of contact. Oh my God, it's all happening, but I think McEwen might just have this now. He's got the luxury of the inside. But Fabian Fitness, your 2 out of 3 winner here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and he just makes his lead in this championship even further. Wowee, he's the man to beat tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Fabian Fitness, your winner in race 3. Alex McEwen comes across the line for the win, or for the second position, should I say, in race 3. Mello is going to go and drink some FUIC, some Farmers Union iced coffee. I'm sure that's a part of his staple diet as well. Hayden Cook, a fantastic result from him. I'm giving him the drive of the day because he has been up there nearly every race. Fantastic stuff from him. Next man out is James Bullock. He's parked it in 5th position. Cooper Nathan, great race from him as well with a couple of little mistakes, but once he irons those out of his driving, he'll be a formidable force, no doubt. Here's Nick Mole there in 7th position with Lachlan Grant and Ollie Longley coming 8th and 9th. Matthias Falzon in the number 27 gets you top 10. Jimmy Park has made it into the top 11. I'll take that every day of the week, and I'm sure he will too. Jake Buttigieg is in more debt than, whatever his uncle said there. Uncle Jake said he's climbing up in this race, almost as if he's climbing up in debt. We'll keep that for next time, I'm sure. Sarge Illich in the 13th. Guy McConnell in the 14th. Mitch Cole in 15th. Cohen Tam in the brand new delivery in the 68. Really nice stuff there. Trenery in 17th. Reynolds in 18th on the controller. Sam Dooley, the number 23 there, in 19th, with the Malaysian Marvel coming in 20th. Guy Duff. We saw the worst of him today. That's ordinary. We've seen him do better. But I'm sure he can, and that will earn him the Champ Street for tonight. Guy Duff, get yourself out of there. There's better streets around the spot. Ryan Nielsen in 22nd, Kumar in 23rd, Dax Daniel in 24th, Matt Belton in 25th. We can't see him. We're going to have to go to the pits to find out who finished in 26th. It was Scott McEwen with Sam Bensley in behind him. Tommy Bodicum in 28th. Don Datsun, the 1200. 29th. Brody Barber in 30th. Jeffrey Tan in 31st. And poor old Natai Watere had a shocker there in 32nd. Let's get out of this tent. There we go. We'll get around to the pit entry because apparently it gets a bit crowded in here. There we go. Cracking stuff. Hello, Margin. Good to have you on the stream, mate. And I'll tell you what, you've come in at the wrong time because we are just about finished this stream for tonight. It's been a cracking race. It's been a cracking load of kit for everyone. I'll tell you what, it's another race of Wednesday Cup, another night of Wednesday Cup, should I say? And it's been good to broadcast that to you here on Sensational TV. If you like what you see, give us a little subscribe and a like and all the good stuff that you're supposed to do on streams. If you want to get involved in the racing, there is a link down in the description below to get to the Discord for AK Racing. We have the Wednesday Cup. We have V8 Supercars coming up next, and I think there's going to be a few more little series popping up here and there, so keep your eye out for that. Next week we are probably going to go to Goodwood because we still don't have that oval sorted out, but that'll be around for week 5 or 6, I reckon. Even like a curtain raiser, a curtain finale for the for the oval race. I don't know what I'm talking about. Tell you what, it's been a long time. But next time on Sensational TV, we will be joined by my co-commentator again, Zach O'Reilly. We'll be back from furlough, from Bali. He's been having a good time out there, so I can take that cross off his name down the bottom there. But we'll be back next Wednesday with Goodwood, WC, After that, we're going to be back in a week and a half's time for the Bathurst 4 Hours. I'll tell you what, that is going to be an absolutely cracking load of kit. I'll tell you what. Daniel Radial Cliff says, do a shoey on stream. I've got no reason to do a shoey on stream. I'll drink from a little glass of wine. I've done plenty of shoeys in my time, but not on a Wednesday night. I'll give you the hot tip. I've got things to do tomorrow. So, thank you all for watching. I think we're going to wrap it up there. It's been a pleasure to bring you all the action here at from AK Racing here on Sensational TV, and we will see you again on Wednesday night. Thank you very much. Signing off.